Let's take a look at question 11. So find the value of this expression. Now we look for the fractions that are the same. Notice that this is from 102 to 108. In this bracket, we have the fraction from 102 to 108. Let's call it A. So the first one is 1 plus A. Now for the other two groups, we look for the fraction that are the same. These are the same. Let's call it B and 1 plus B. Let's simplify the question. 1 plus A times B minus 1 plus B times A. So simplified, we have 1 times B, which is just B, plus A times B, which is AB. The minus 1 times A minus B times A, so minus AB. So AB minus AB cancel each other. We are just left with B minus A. Now you check the difference between B and A is just one fraction, 119. Everything else is the same. So difference equals to 119. The answer is C. Question 12. You want to find sum of digits of the product. So we can take the first number times 2, second number divided by 2. This way the product is the same. So the first group becomes 10 digit 8. Second group becomes 10 digit 9. Now just look for the pattern. If it's just 8 times 9 equals to 72. So the sum of digits is 9. Over we have 88 times 99. This equals to 8712. So sum of digits is 18. Then if it's 888 times 999, this gives us 887, 112. Sum of digits is 27. And we can see that these are multiples of 9. 9 times 1, 9 times 2, 9 times 3. So when we got 10 digits, it will be 9 times 10. The sum of digits is 90. So we choose option C. Now, question 13. So 12 points on a circle, and distance between the adjacent pair of points are all equal. How many right angle triangles can be formed? Okay, for the points that are opposite to each other, so if we connect them together, this gives us the diameter. There are 12 points, so there are 6 pairs of points divided by 2. 6 pairs, each pair gives us 1 diameter. Okay, there are 6 diameters. Now, to form a right angle triangle, you must connect the diameter with another point on the circle. For example, you connect this, then it's a right angle triangle. Okay, because it's like the diagonal of a rectangle if you draw the triangle on the opposite side. Okay, so these are all right angles, 90 degrees. Oh. So you can choose any points on the circle. Now, when you connect them, this will be a right angle. It will always be a right angle. So other than these 2 points, there are 10 other points to choose from. Now you connect the diameter to any of the remaining 10 points, we can form a triangle. So this is 6 times 10. After we select the diameter, which is 6 ways, and you choose one of the remaining 10 points, connect them, we get a right angle triangle. So that's 60 right angle triangle. The answer is 8. Okay, question 14. Yeah, so it's given to us that AB is 8, AD is 5, and AE is 2, CG is 2. Now HD equals to 2. Since the total is 5, we find that AH equals to 3. And similarly, we can find that BF is 2, the total is 5. So we find that CF equals to 3. Now let's cut the figure. Connect AP and CP. First, let's take a look at the triangle APE and the triangle CPG. So they share the same base. The base equals to 2. And when you look for the height of the triangle, let's call it H1, H2. So the sum of their height equals to the breadth of the rectangle. So this will be the base times the sum of the height divided by 2. So we sub in the value H1 plus H2 equal to AD. That's 5. 2 times 5 divided by 2. The area equals to 5. Now for the other two triangle, APH and CPF. So again, we draw the height. Okay, the height, let's call it H3 and H4. So we find the sum of the area of APH plus the area of CPF equal to the base times the sum of their height divided by 2. Now, when you connect their height together, the sum of the height equals to the length of the rectangle. That's 8. So this is 3 times 8 divided by 2. Sum of the area is 12. So if we add everything together now, it's 5 plus 12 equal to 17. Okay, this is the total of the shader. And it's given that APH is 6. So if this part is 6, total is 17, means that the other quadrilateral is 11. So 17 minus 6. The answer is 11. We choose option E. Then let's move on to question 15. How many different words can you form using the letter A, B, C, D? Now, not all 4 words need to be used. So if we just use one letter, so one letter, this is 4 ways. It can be any of the 4 letters. If we use 2 letters, the first letter is 4 ways. Second letter is 3 ways. 4 times 3, 12 ways. So if it's a 3-letter word, it's 4 times 3 times 2. 24 ways. Then lastly, if it's 4-letter word, all 4 letters are used. and it's 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. 24 weeks. So we add them together. 4 plus 12 plus 24 plus 24. Total is 64. Then we choose option C. For question 16. So this is a 7-digit number, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And is it number A, B, C is the same as at least one of D, F, or E, F, G. So let's consider case 1. Or A, B, C is the same as D, F. Now, if ABC equals to DF, we can find the number of ways here. Each digit can be a number from 0 to 9. So for the ABC, A is a number from 0 to 9, 10 ways. B is a number from 0 to 9, 10 ways. C is a number from 0 to 9, 10 ways. Altogether, we have 1000 numbers. So DF follow the same number. DF is just one way, because these two are the same. So essentially, you can just treat it as one group. Now, the last letter, G. So G can be anything from 0 to 9. There's 10 ways. And then we combine everything together, 1000 times 1 times 10. That's 10,000 ways. Now, case 2 is ABC equals to EFG. So this will be the same. ABC is 1000 ways, EFG is 1 way, and the letter in the middle, D, is 10 ways. So we get same number of ways, 1000 times 1 times 10. 10,000. Now we have to check for overlap. The overlap between case 1 and case 2 is when ABC equals to DEF equals to EFG at the same time. So when this is the case, we'll get that all 7 digits are the same. Because from there you can see that D equals to E, and then E equals to F, F equals to G. So these digits are all the same. So all digits are the same. Right, so it can be 7-digit 0, 7-digit 1, 7-digit 2, all the way to 7-digit 9. Each of the digits can range from 1 to 9. So from 0 to 9, 10 weeks. So let's find the total now. Case 1, 10,000. Case 2, 10,000 numbers. And the 10 number that's overlap between them, so that's counted twice. We minus 10. That's 19990. So the answer is C. Now, question 17. So each of the traffic light, they will remain green for 1.5 minutes, yellow for 4 seconds, red for 1.5 minutes. Because we do the conversion, 1.5 minutes converted into seconds, 1.5 times 60. So 90 seconds. So each of the light, it turns red 10 seconds later after the preceding light. Let's label them. First traffic light, second, third, fourth, all the way to the last one. There are 8 traffic lights. So at the start, when it's a 0 second, only the first one is green. The others are not green. And then 10 seconds later, the first 2 will be green. Then 20 seconds later, the first 3 traffic lights will be green. So the list goes on. Now, the first time where everything is green is when this is 70 seconds. All the traffic light will be green. And since the first one, it can remain green for 90 seconds. So from 70 to 90, these are the time where all 8 lights are green. So it's 90 minus 70. All lights will remain green for 20 seconds. The answer is B. Now, question 18. So to cut the rectangle into small squares, asking minimum number of square papers needed. The length equals to 71 and a half. The breadth is 40 and 1/3. Then let's find the ratio of the length and the breadth. 71, 1/2, to 40, 1/3. So first, change it into an improper fraction. That's 143/2. Second one is 141/3. Now let's do the conversion. Get the same denominator. This will be 6, so times 3. This is 429. Second one, make the denominator into 6. That's times 2, so 282. And times 6, so it's 429 to 282. Now simplify it further. Let's divide by 11. Divide by 11, we get 39. So the other one is, sorry, there is a mistake. Let's correct it. This is not 141, it's 121. There's 121. So it's 242. Divided by 11. That's 22. Yeah, so that's the simplest ratio. So means that now the ratio is 39, which we can call it 39 units. That's 22, we can call it 22 units. So when you cut the paper into small squares, right, you cut this into 39 columns. Just keep on cutting. And then cut it into 22 rows. For each of the small square, this is 1U by 1U. So the total number of squares will be 39 times 22. 858 square papers. So the answer is B. Now, question 19. A rectangle has the same perimeter as a square. The area of the rectangle is 3/4 of the square. So This one actually is quite easy. You can just do guess and check. Now, if the error ratio is 3 to 4, so the number we can think of is this is 2 times 2, and the other one is 1 times 3. And you check if the parameter is the same. This is the parameter is 1 plus 3 times 2. Parameter is 8. For the square, this is 2 times 4. The parameter is also 8. So they are the same. Now you find ratio of the breadth of the rectangle to its length. This is 1 to 3. So the answer is 8. So just do guess and check. Now, the final question. So it says that an hour after starting, it met with an accident and was detained by the traffic police for half an hour. After that, it was slower. It proceeded with 3/4 of the former speed, arrived 3.5 hours later. So we'll compare the part that's after the accident. So after the accident, we find the speed ratio. First time round, it was 3 to 4. Okay, let's do it the other way around. Let's starting speed is 4. Later on is slower, so 4 to 3. So time taken will be the opposite because the distance traveled is the same. So time is 3u to 4u. Now we look for time difference. It says it's 3.5 hours late. But the time difference is not 3.5 hours because it was detained by the traffic police for half an hour. So during that half an hour, it was not traveling. Okay, the car stopped for half an hour. So we need to minus half. Because we are only interested in the time where it was traveling. So we get 1 unit equals to 3. Then we find the original time. The original time is T1. So 3 units equals to 9 hours. This is for the first scenario. Then we move on to the second scenario. Second one is that if the accident happened 90 km further, it will arrive 3 hours late. So following the same speed, speed ratio is 4 to 3. So time ratio is the opposite, 3 to 4. And we find the time difference, 3 hours late. And don't forget to minus a half hour where it stopped completely. So we find that 1p equals to 2.5, 2.5 hours. Now look for the time where it was traveling at the original speed. So the original time was T3. This is 3p, 7.5 hours. Now we can draw a figure to illustrate the question. So using the original speed, now at first the car has traveled for 1 hour. After that, if still following the same speed, the time taken is T1, which is 9 hours. So for the remaining journey, it takes 9 hours to travel if using the original speed. Then we look at the second scenario. So the first 1 hour is the same. Now, this time if say that the accident happened 90 km further along the way. So we get a 90 km here. After that, if still following the original speed, which is S3 here, this is 4, So the time taken is 3p, which is another 7.5 hours. So remaining journey takes 7.5 hours. We check the difference. Difference is 1.5 hours. Means that this extra 90 km takes 1.5 hour to travel. So we can find the speed. The original speed is 60. The whole journey takes 10 hours to travel. So it's 60 times 1 plus 9. The total distance is 600 km. So the correct answer is D.